Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you my top 10 rarest, most valuable Atari 2600 games. I will tell you the rarity according to Atari Age. They have a scale that goes from 1 to 10, 10 being like Holy Grail rail. I do not have any of those games. In some instances, a 10 rated game, there might only be 1 or 2, 3 copies known to even exist. And I will also give you the value according to pricecharting.com as of today, rounded to the nearest dollar. So let's go with game number 10. This is Smurfs Saves the Day, or Smurfs Save the Day. This game came with a special cassette player and 3 cassettes. Just this cartridge alone can go for basically $65 and gets a Rarity 8 on the Atari Age scale. So I don't have the cassette player or the cassettes, but I do have the cartridge, and that just by itself still has value. Next up, I guess this would be game number 9, is Master Builder by Spectra Video. You can see that the label is suffering from damage and wear, but it still plays good. This is another Rarity 8 game, and according to pricecharting.com, it's worth $80 loose. This copy, because of all the gunk on it, might be a little less than that. Next up is a Rarity 7 game, according to Atari Age, but is worth more according to Price Charting. That is Springer by VentureVision. Springer is worth, get this, $103. That's crazy. And I have another VentureVision game for my next game. I guess this would be a game number 6, and that is Miner 2049er Volume 2. Now, the original, not very rare, but the sequel is, and the sequel, as I said, is Rarity 7. It's worth $122. We're starting to get into some higher price games now. Next up is BOING. Now, this has the Zonix style cartridge where has these ends, and that is more valuable. There was another release that doesn't have these ends. So this version, now they're both a Rarity 8. This version is worth $195. Now, if it didn't have these ends, if it was a standard version, according to Price Charting, it's worth $167. Nothing to sneeze at, no matter what. Next up, a game that I've reviewed, and we're getting into my top 5, is Swordquest Waterworld, and I have it in a box protector. Swordquest Waterworld, I believe it started mail order only and is worth $200 today. That is a Rarity 9 game. And another Rarity 9 game, Tooth Protectors by Johnson & Johnson. This was a mail-away cartridge. You had to mail away with like proofs of purchase or something like that. And because of that, it's both very rare and valuable. $209 for Tooth Protectors. Then we have Rescue Terra 1 by VentureVision. This game, again, is another Rarity 9 game, and this game is worth $248. Can you believe that this little piece of plastic is worth $248? So let's see. Now my number 2 rarest game, that is Condor Attack, another Rarity 9 game. This one has some damage on the T-handle. You could see that right there. If it was in decent condition, regular condition, it would be worth, according to Price Charting, $314. So even with the damage, this is still a valuable game because they're just so hard to find and get. All right, so my last game, my most valuable game, is actually a Rarity 6 game, and I'm going to explain why it's the most valuable. And that is Spy Hunter for the 2600. Now, this I have super complete in the box, and I'll explain that in just a minute. So Rarity 6, this game, by itself, if it was just a cartridge, it'd be worth $34. But if you have the box, the manual, and the cartridge, and especially one of the hardest pieces of plastic to find today, this little dual controller joystick tray. This allowed you to put 2 joysticks. I'm going to bump things. This allowed you to put 2 joysticks in the tray because the Spy Hunter used 2 joysticks. And finding this piece of plastic is crazy hard to do. So finding Spy Hunter with everything, the manual, the cartridge, and this little tray. Now, Price Charting, they say it's worth $256. Now, that's an average of all the sales since they started tracking them, except there's only been one sale according to Price Charting in the past 2 years, and that went for $456. So this setup is probably a $400 setup, and it's the most valuable Atari 2600 game in my collection. So there you go, my top 10 rarest, most valuable games. Let me know what your favorite rare game is. Do you have a rare game for the 2600? What is it? Let me know in the comments below. Click like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.